What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out Joker number 5. And I'm gonna say it. This is my favorite issue of this series thus far. It's a comic that takes us to many years ago in Gotham City. Jim Gordon, aka Captain Gordon at this moment, waits outside an abandoned building with some of his men. Gordon has 2 of his men inside and he has already called for backup. But the backup is taking a while to get here. They haven't arrived yet. 3 gunshots are then heard. Gordon runs in. "Captain Gordon, you should wait for backup," an officer says. "We got boys in there. You want to sit out? You get on that radio and tell them I went in," Gordon says, pulling out his gun as he runs into the building. He finds one of his men bleeding and messed up. Gordon then hears another cop in trouble with the criminal. The noise comes from a barricaded door. Gordon does not hesitate. He smashes through the door and catches the criminal off guard. The criminal tries to shoot. Gordon then ducks down and hits the criminal out of the window. Gordon crashes the criminal into the snow, knocking him out. "Gotham PD, you're under arrest," Gordon says. We go to later. District Attorney Harvey Dent walks up to Gordon, who's sitting in an ambulance. Dent tells Gordon that he's found something huge after questioning the criminal Gordon knocked out. He said Falcone has a big deal going down some night this week. He said it'd be at Mazzucchelli Towers on the east side, Dent says. So guys, this story seems to take place close to the events of Batman The Long Halloween and Batman Year One. For one, it's really cool seeing Harvey Dent and Gordon working together. Their interactions are always great, and they give off a detective vibe. Also, Mazzucchelli, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, Mazzucchelli Towers. Mazzucchelli is the last name of David Mazzucchelli, the artist who worked with Frank Miller on Batman Year One. So yeah, this story definitely takes place in the early days of Batman. Now, back to the story. Gordon agrees to help Dent in visiting the towers tomorrow night. "I thought you had tomorrow off," Dent says. "Crime doesn't sleep, but my kids do, so I can sneak out for a few hours for this," Gordon says. Dent is happy to hear Gordon's on board. He then suggests Gordon get his friends, the Batman, involved. "I can probably get him a message tomorrow evening," Gordon says. Dent then moves on to some bad news. The Joker isn't having a trial. He is being sent straight to Arkham Asylum. "Arkham? The loony bin? He'll walk right out the front door," Gordon says, standing up. Dent goes on to try and reassure Gordon that Arkham will be able to handle the Joker. They have great security. Gordon still isn't convinced. He thinks Joker isn't just an insane individual. He's something else. We go to the next day. Gordon sits in marriage counseling with his wife Barbara. Gordon then gets a call about Joker being escorted into Arkham. Gordon leaves the room to make sure everything goes well. Barbara, his wife, sits in the room with the counselor. Barbara knows her husband is needed, but she's still upset. We shift to Arkham Asylum. Gordon is escorted around the asylum by one of the guards, Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank takes him to the secure wing where only one man resides, Billy Sampson, a cannibal. Dr. Arkham then shows up and introduces himself to Gordon. Jeremiah assures Gordon that Arkham takes care of its residents. "And the man who calls himself the Joker?" Gordon asks. He arrived today. I don't think he's anything our staff can handle," Jeremiah says. Gordon thinks otherwise. He proposes that Joker should be transferred to the secure wing instead of being in a regular cell. Jeremiah tells Gordon that the wing was only built for one person, Billy Sampson. Gordon tells Jeremiah to move Billy to a regular cell. He's all drugged up. He won't even hurt a fly. Whereas Joker will do a lot worse. He should be moved into the secure wing. "I can't move him without his brother's consent," Jeremiah states. We go to later. Gordon stands in Jeremiah Arkham's office on the phone with Billy Sampson's brother. Gordon fails to get Mr. Sampson to agree to move his brother to a regular cell. Jeremiah smiles in the background. Later, Gordon sits on his police car outside of Arkham. Gordon struggles to get signal on his radio. He then sees prisoners right out of Arkham Asylum. Gordon quickly runs in. He asks Frank where the Joker is. I've never seen the inmates like this. I don't know what's going on. Where is he, Frank? Gordon asks. In the cafeteria, Frank says, pointing. Gordon quickly runs into the cafeteria to find Joker sitting down, eating a pie. Captain Gordon, what a surprise. I didn't know you were mentally unwell, Joker says. Gordon then tries to force Joker back to his cell. Frank, or should I say Francis, is against this. Gordon still pushes onward. I think you missed me, Jim. I think you can't stop thinking about me, Joker says, licking a knife in his hands. Joker then gets more in Gordon's head by mentioning his kids. Get moving, Gordon says, pushing Joker forward. Oh, did I touch a nerve, Jimmy? Joker says, smiling. Gordon gets Joker back to his cell, and the Joker begins to laugh. He thought it was a joke, but now he realizes he is really in Gordon's head. Gordon tells Frank to leave. He'll watch the Joker for a little bit. Gordon sits in a chair and watches the cell as Joker taunts him for a while. Gordon then remembers he has to meet up with Dent at the towers to finally get a lead on Falcone. Gordon quickly gets up and gets a janitor to watch over Joker's cell. Gordon runs out of Arkham and he tries to radio Dent. The signal is bad, unfortunately. Gordon then decides to leave a message for Dent. I hope you hear this. I got held up at Arkham and I didn't get a message to our friends. I hope it's not tonight, because he's not coming, and neither am I, Gordon says. Now Gordon heads back inside Arkham. Bad news though, Joker is out of his cell. Where is he? Gordon asks the janitor, who is supposed to be on watch duty. What? I don't know. I had to pee, the janitor says. Gordon quickly pulls out his gun and heads into the cafeteria again. He finds Joker in there again, just sitting and eating pie. Gordon gets Joker back to his cell. He then pulls up a chair and watches the cell. You gonna sit there forever, Gordo? Joker asks. If I had to, Gordon says. Gordon then goes through all of his cigarettes through a whole night watching the Joker. I'm glad we got to spend time together, Jim Jam. I feel like we made a real connection, Joker says as the morning arrives. Jeremiah Arkham then walks up to Gordon to tell him that the Joker will officially be transferring to the secure wing. So that's it? Gordon asks. No, Mr. Gordon, you must also leave, Jeremiah says. Gordon leaves Arkham and heads toward the Mazzucchelli Towers, where a shooting has expanded. Gordon arrives. What happened? He asks. Dent walked a bunch of guys from the 1-3 into an ambush. It was a bloodbath, Captain, a cop says. Gordon walks toward the scene. Dent confronts Gordon and yells at him. You told me you would get him here. Our men were shot because you, Gordon. We were slaughtered because you can't let the Joker thing go. You weren't where you need to be, Dent says as Gordon walks away. Gordon makes it back to his home. He walks in to see everything set up for his anniversary with his wife, but she's asleep. So are the kids. Gordon missed a big day for his family. He also failed Harvey Dent. But deep in his guts, Gordon knows he was exactly where he needed to be last night, watching the Joker. And that is how we end this issue. Guys, this issue is one of the best comics I've read in some time. It's written very well by James Tynion. The pace and suspense of the comic is great. Plus, the artwork by Francesco Francavilla is perfect for the tone of the story. I also really like the art style added in with the colors. Overall, this is the best issue of the series, and if you're a fan of the Gordon-Joker dynamic, then you gotta pick this comic up. I'm gonna give this issue a 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece in my opinion. But yeah guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. If you liked the video, give a big thumbs up. New channel, make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next Joker video. But yeah, Thanks for watching, and peace out.